guys, it's Ashley and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. So it is officially the end of 2018. The day that this video is going up, it is going to be New Year's Eve, December 31st. So what better way to end the year than by showing you guys the best books or my favorite books that I read in 2018. I made a goal to read 18 books this year. For 2018, I said I'm going to read 18 books. And as of today, the day that I'm filming this, I've read 17. So I need to read one more book. But I wanted to share with you guys my favorite books that I have read so far this year. And I think they were pretty good. You know, I did look, though, at the 17 books that I read, and it was kind of a hard choice to choose. I wanted to do a top 10, but I don't think I have a top 10 because even though I like the books that I read, I don't know if I would necessarily put them like in a good order because I don't feel like I had the best reading experience this year. So I'm hoping to have a better reading experience next year. I will talk to you guys later about my reading goals for 2019. But for now, I just wanted to share with you guys my top 5 favorite books that I have read for 2018, which I think are very good. I just honestly couldn't have gone past 5 because I just think these were the best ones that I read all year. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Oh my god, I feel so giddy. I haven't filmed in like a week, you guys, or longer actually. All right, so number 5, I actually don't have the physical book, but I did listen to the audiobook, and that is I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. You guys, I have fallen in love with Sophie Kinsella books. They are so good, and I have to thank Heather from Bookables because she is the one that has recommended Sophie Kinsella so many times, and she always recommends listening to the audiobooks, and they are so good. And I don't know if I like them necessarily because of the British accents that go along with it, but I love her stories. They always crack me up and make me laugh, and this one was so good. So I've Got Your Number is about a girl. She's engaged to this guy, and she's at this like conference thing, and she loses her engagement ring, and she doesn't have her cell phone. I think it like broke or something like that, and so she finds a cell phone in a trash can, and it happens to be this guy's assistant who quit, who just threw away the business phone. And so they like go back and forth, and he's trying to get the phone back, and she's trying to find her ring, and it just turns into this whole big thing. And it just kept me cracking up the whole time. The main character's name is Poppy, and she is hilarious. Seriously, guys, if you guys pick this book up, listen to the audiobook because it is so, so good. And Poppy just cracks me up. She was hilarious. I loved her. But yeah, it was super good. All right, so for number 4, I'm gonna go with another Sophie Kinsella book, and that is My Not So Perfect Life. And I don't have the physical book of this one, but I actually listened to the audiobook, and this one I really enjoyed as well. This one is about a girl who, she works at this job, and she doesn't have the best, like, boss. Like, her boss is not a nice person at all. And she ends up taking like a sabbatical is what she tells her family, but she actually got fired. And so she goes home and she helps her mom and her stepdad start this business, and it's like glamping, so like glam camping, and it just turns into this whole big thing. It's very successful and all that. And then her ex-boss shows up, and she basically kind of like makes her life a living hell while she's there, and it's so funny to me. I don't know. I thought it was super, super hilarious. Again, Sophie Kinsella books are just so funny to me. They really are, and listening to the audiobook makes it even better. I have read her books physically, but I think I enjoy their audiobooks a lot better, and this one, again, just had me cracking up and just hilarious. So again, you guys, pick up these Sophie Kinsella books and listen to the audiobooks. They're so good. All right, so for number 3, I actually have the physical book for this one. Good me. And that is going to be Big Boned by Meg Cabot. So this is the 3rd book in the Heather Wells series by Meg Cabot. The Heather Wells series, they're kind of funny to me. I think they're kind of like cozy mysteries in a way. The first book is Size 12 is Not Fat, and then the second book is Size 14 is Not Fat Either, and then this one is Big Bone. So basically it's about this girl, Heather Wells, and she's an ex-pop star, and she gets dropped by her label because she was dating the owner of the label's son, and then he cheats on her, and all this stuff. And so she becomes like an RA at a college, and murders just start happening on campus. And it's such a good series, and it's unexpected because when I first picked up the book, I didn't read the synopsis of it, so I didn't realize it was like a murder mystery kind of book. But it's a super good series. I think it's so hilarious and so good. I will recommend not listening to the audiobooks of this one though, because the fourth book in the series, which is Size 12 and Ready to Rock, I listened to the audiobook and I did not enjoy it. So read these physically, I will recommend that, but I do love this series. This is the third one in the series. I think there's 5 in total, so I have to read the 5th book. I haven't read the 5th book yet, but it is so good. And again, it kind of shocks you because you don't think it's going to be a murder mystery, but it is, and all these crazy things happen, and it's on a college campus. So there's a bunch of college students, and then her, and she has a love interest that you wouldn't expect kind of thing. I don't know. It's super cute, and I love this series, so definitely check this one out, you guys. Okay, so number 2, this one actually like popped up recently being my number 2 because it took me basically all year to read this book because I had picked it up and then I put it down and I picked it up and then I put it down, and I finally finished it a couple of days ago, and that is going to be Ready Player One by, who is this, Ernest Cline, right? Yes, Ernest Cline. So my whole intention was to read this before the movie came out this year, and I had started it, but I didn't finish it, and I actually listened to the audiobook, which is actually, it's narrated by Will Wheaton, and he is awesome, by the way. Definitely, if you're going to read this one, I mean, I think reading physically would be fine too, but I really enjoyed listening to the audiobook because it was told or narrated by Will Wheaton. But at first, I wasn't quite enjoying this book. I don't know, it didn't like catch my attention at first, but I kept telling myself, no, people really love this. I want to see the movie. I didn't want to watch the movie until I finished the book. So I ended up finishing the book, and I really, really enjoyed this story. I love all the 80s references that's in it. I think it's funny to me that it's like 50 years ago in the 80s because it's, you know, told in the future. But I really did enjoy this, and all the little challenges that they have to go through in the story. It just like reminds you of the things that you know. I mean, I didn't grow up in the 80s. I was born in 1989, but at the same time, I know a lot of 80s references because of my parents, and it was just really cool to see or to listen to and read, and I just really enjoyed this one. And now that I have finished the book, I can't wait to see the movie. I have heard that the movie is not that good, but the movie is never as good as the book, let's be honest, guys. But I really did enjoy this one, and like I said, this one just kind of popped up on me being a favorite because at first I wasn't enjoying it, but as the story went on, I really, really did enjoy it. So yes, Ready Player One. I know most of you guys have probably already read this, but if you haven't, pick it up. It's super good. All right, and number 1, I think is no shock to anybody. I'm pretty sure I've raved about this book already on this channel this year. But that is going to be The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. I actually read this one during BookTubeathon. I think it was like one of the 2 books that I finished during BookTubeathon. I don't know. But I loved this book. This is one of these books that I just could not put down. I did not read the audiobook. I actually read the physical book of this one, and it was so good. Literally, the only reason it took me 2 days to read this is because I started too late on the first day, and I had to go to work the next day. So I was like, I can't stay up all night and read this. But it is so good. It's about these 3 sisters in this town. I think it's Salem, Oregon. Is that what it's called? No, Sparrow, Oregon, sorry. Sparrow, Oregon. It's about these 3 sisters that were drowned in their town many, many years ago because they were suspected of being witches. And so every summer solstice, they would come back and they would kill 3 young boys. They would drown them in the same lake or river or lake or whatever that they were drowned in. And it just turns into this beautiful, crazy story. I will say it was a little predictable. I did kind of see the ending coming, but at the same time, I wanted to see how it was going to develop into that ending. So I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. Yes, it was a little predictable, but at the same time, it was great to see how it came out. So I really, really enjoyed this. I know a lot of people have raved about this book this year, and at the same time, I think this book is absolutely gorgeous. It is so beautiful, and I don't know if you can tell in this lighting, but like it's like silver, but it's like also iridescent a little bit, and it's raised. And then even if you take the dust jacket off, it has this like beautiful cover. Oh my god, you guys, I love this book, everything about it. I think this is the first book, not the first book, but I think this is the only book I gave 5 out of 5 stars to this year, because I just loved it. And of course it was going to be my number one because I think it's amazing. It's so good. Definitely, definitely, you guys. If you guys are kind of into witch books, definitely check this one out. I didn't read it around around Halloween time, but I definitely think you could. It doesn't take place during Halloween, but it's a witch book, so I think you could read it during Halloween time. Why do I keep wanting to say Halloween town? But also you can read it anytime because I read it in the middle of the summer when it actually happens. So, well, not the middle of the summer, but you know what I mean. But I don't know, you guys, this is just an amazing book. I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely check this book out for sure. All right, guys, so those are my top 5 favorite books of the year 2018. I really enjoyed all of these books. Again, like I said, I did read more, but these were just my top 5 that I wanted to share with you guys that I really enjoyed, that I feel like I could recommend to people to read. So definitely go and check these out if you haven't. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed 2018. 2018 was amazing for me and my channel. I did so many videos this year. I think I recorded more videos in this one year than I have in the past 3 years that I was on YouTube. So I'm so thankful for this year and all the success that I have done on the channel, and I can't wait for 2019 and what's to come. And I have so many videos planned and I'm so excited, and I hope you guys will join me for those videos in 2019. But again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe down below. I did that wrong. Hit that like button and subscribe down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. I'll see you in 2019. Ah!